Hey, it's Gabby. It's day 34, and family and I have pretty much decided that I will stay till the end of February, which means my 7 weeks in India is turning into 12 weeks in India. And I just saw Thinking Out Loud, the video by Ed Sheeran, and the dancing is so I'm like, I want to dance like that with Kobe right now. So we'll, work on it. Yeah, I'd love to dance with Kobe. That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. That's like a constant foreplay, My Greek god didn't come to class today. He was in an earlier class. And, I have this tendency, I'm sure I'm the only one in the world, that thinks, oh, that family, that man, that life, that whatever is perfect and not flawed like mine. If I just had this, then I'd be happy. I'm sure I'm alone in this. So this guy, I was like, oh my God, this guy's gorgeous. So today I saw him with his shirt off. And I suddenly looked and I'm like, it's just a guy. Like, all these things came up and I was like, oh. And suddenly this like Greek god, desirable, just became another soul being held in a human body. And it really helps me when those things go in my face, because it makes me go, wait a minute. You holding on to this ideal and this perfection and this desire, it's not based on reality at all. At all. Even Winter's Tale, not the one about the dolphin, the love story. There's this beautiful love scene, and it's absolutely amazing, and I've seen it 20 times, and I'm alone in India, and I need that, And I thought, I just want that, and then I thought a lot about it, and it's a gorgeous love scene. It's the most beautiful love scene, and eventually, had that love affair continued, they also would have fought over who washes the dishes and how they're going to pay the bills and what to do when the kids aren't listening. And, real life isn't just I'm in love. It's also making money and dealing with problems and facing our demons and learning through being parents and being busy and being neglected and being selfish and having pet peeves and then just when I was like in my deepest, like, oh my God, I desire this and I need this, and I saw this Indian commercial in YouTube. They give you all these commercials. The Indian ones I love. Like, I never skip the Indian commercials. They're all adorable and really smart and talented, and the other ones I've always skipped my whole life. So there was this commercial, really long one. It was a song, and it had this woman like singing about her love, and then she'd wake up and she'd see her husband there, and she would like see her hair blowing in the wind and her dancing with her lover, and then like she'd like burn the beans, or then she'd think of her lover going, I live for you, and then her husband walks up to her and she's like this, and he's like, I want this in my sandwich tomorrow, and she was like, and the whole song is about how she lives in this fantasy world of this ideal lover who, would sweep her off her feet, and then she ends up realizing that her husband's the one. And like, what else does he have to do to show you that if you want to fall in love with a perfect person, then realize that he doesn't exist. I was like, oh my God, it was good for me to hear. So that's like my big honey, is evergreen. And I say that, and then I just realize that I'm such a fucking romantic. Like, I'm totally, I hold on to my fantasies because those are where I'm happy. Those are where it's ideal. Those where, even in that gorgeous song, evergreen, honey, and the dance was like sensual and sexual and powerful and romantic and gentle and strong, and it was like amazing. And the reality is they had professional choreographers, and the reality is that singer, Ed, and that dancer had no feelings for each other. And the reality is the lighting was amazing. And the reality is if you saw her walking in the street, you wouldn't even notice her. But in that dress and with that hair, and, and it's like we create illusions. And I know this cognitively, and I still need to kind of fight with myself to go, Gabi, wake up and see the reality of the reality and how perfectly beautiful you are. I'm at the Bone and Body Clinic and I see Miranda and she's 40 something and sometimes she, you see this imperfect body and I go, look, Gabi, that's what you need to see, that she's beautiful and that's life. And I keep holding on to these ideas like I should have the body of a hot 20-year-old. Really, Gab? You're 40 and you've had 3 children and injury and all these other things. Really? Do you really continue to hold yourself up to these ideals that you will never be satisfied with, ever? I look at Miranda. She's a perfect example. This woman is remarkably fit. Like, she works out, 5 hours a day, every day. I mean, she's in a beautiful place and she has a gorgeous body and she's 40-ish. She doesn't have the body of a 20-year-old and she shouldn't have the body of a 20-year-old because she's not. And I just need to keep working on these things, on letting go of these ideals, these fantasy thoughts of a different life, a different man, a different body, a different everything, and just realize, Gabi, you are so blessed. You, in the world of reality, you have been given the most precious gifts in the world, the most precious opportunities, the most amazing life partner. Just be there and stop thinking that something else, somewhere else, somehow else, anywhere else will be better. Just be now. Just fucking now. So there's my spiritual lesson. I've been fighting with it for a very long time. It's the demons that come up, the voices, the mind, the chattering. What about you? Speak. Yeah.